Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel, and in this one we have the freshly buffed, ready to go, Ekko jungle. Diana's nerfs have left her wanting. The play rate did not dip. The ban rate, well, that obviously dipped a little bit, but that's because the win rate just isn't good anymore. She's only really useful in high elo, and even then the win rate does not satisfy those of us who desire the most cutting-edge jungle technology. Ekko, on the other hand, replaces her as the sort of fighterish AP jungler of choice. 150% damage to monsters, increased to 200% bonus damage to monsters. Now, we're going on a late invade here. This game state, despite this level 1, even if they get a kill, although that might be turned around kind of quickly, just so you know... Lee Sin saves his ward up for the last second, decides to go for the flash to get out. Rakan decides to follow because he didn't ignite to begin with. Okay, Fiesta. Now, anyway, the game state for this one is very heavily in blue team's favor before it swings back to the Ekko's control. And I really just kind of want to use this game as a standard example of the power curve that you can have as this jungler. Why? When he's strong, he's just one of the most snowbally 1v9 carry junglers in the game. Now, obviously, we don't always like the terminology 1v9. You know, it implies that you're always by yourself, and to a degree you are. I mean, remember, to a degree you are. But basically, Ekko Jungle will allow you to play around whatever game states you need, and if you get fed early, well, we can take control then. And if we don't, well, you can scale with the right pathing. So let's have a look and see what goes on. Obviously, there you see now, first blood for the set, taking it out on the Yasuo, or his rage. The rage was caused by the Yasuo being Yasuo. Leashless red into Raptors, a little bit delayed. The runes you would have seen, standard Dark Harvest stuff. And now we can look to go into a 5 camp. Lee Sin, I like this a lot. I like this a lot from Lee Sin. Ekko decides to cover the mid lane. He probably could have moved a little sooner, but I do like this from the Lee Sin. He starts from the red, he goes to the Raptors, he sees the Yasuo TP's back in. Punish this. Or as they say in episode 1, punish this. Because you must make sure that if your solo laner, you know, gets solo kills, let's support them. You know, let's help them out, and let's make the world a better place by killing Yasuo as frequently as possible. Just the champion, of course. Right, into the standard 4 camp in a clear. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of that as an Ekko. You can red side gank. People don't do this enough on any champion, let alone just Ekko. But, you know, your 4-5 camp is absolutely normal. If you have good CC bottom lane, then I suggest you look for the gank after the blue. If you kind of want to wait for level 3, then you can do the 5 camp as well and get the crab thusly. I will say, though, that I have been working with Zada GG on a personal live coaching guide and companion, which is now officially out. You can try that for the next 48 hours. It is focused for volleyball, but it gives you this ganking tier list assessment and game plan breakdown at the beginning of the game. Live on the bottom left of your screen. It's as if I'm live coaching you. And basically, like if you were watching this video, except with me, putting text on your screen. Have a look at the description below if you are interested in that kind of stuff. And I feel like in this situation, it would have given you the information about where to yank early and how to adjust your pathing, so. And now he's gone back to base. He gets himself a Dark Seal plus an M-Tom. If you have no... I mean, Ezreal Bard is very tough to gank at level 3 as well. So this is kind of why I'm pointing it out. You have to understand what you're against and what you have as a team. Rakan is good, obviously, for ganks. But the Bard is difficult with the tunnel and the Ezreal with the Arcane Ship. I like this too, because if you make that play, you very easily could lose your top side red, Krugs, knowing that the Lee Sin started bottom side. So now you actually get to go back, you get to cut him off, you get to shadow your top laner who's ranged against melee. Jarvan is great to ganking, but obviously in the straight lane, Ryze is going to out-trade and out-push him. Not actually CSing that badly, so that's pretty nice. Tier 2 Raptors, and again with Ekko, bide your time please. Yes, you can gank early, yes, you can skirmish early, but the last thing you really want to do is force things when you don't need to. Ekko's one of the best junglers at just letting the game come to him. Set's moving down, looking to ward this 100%. Now, we're basically holding position just in case. A ward dies over there. Alright. Now we can use loop pathing, or we can go straight and scan. If you know where he's warded before, this is good. I'm going to have a look at this and continue talking about this in a second. The damage, I love this champion. Look at it. There's nothing better than an Ekko who gets a lead and has an Rocket Belt and Lichbane. You know, you hit your EQ combo and you're great. Nice run by the bottom lane. The Lee Sin here, we're dead. So that's unfortunate. But this is interesting because if you've been tracking where the set warded and you know it died and you know he has no more trinkets available, you can just walk in and scan to make sure 100% and then you can commit to the gank. Really nice gank. No hesitation. Waited to set it up. Waited for the lane to be in a great position, spells to be used, and then executed the gank. If you don't know if he's warded at all, try and do this loop path, right? If you think this is warded here, just really stick to the wall and then go around the back. And then you will have great success. I promise it. Or your money back. Not that this is paid. Although, sometimes I wish it were. No, I'm just kidding. Free content for all. Lee Sin once again chose mid lane. Hopefully you saw that on your mini map. So Yasuo has to be very careful here because Set has almost flash and oh, the Rise is joining. And the Lee Sin is coming from the backside. There we go. Pain. Pain. They're just picking a lane and picking on him. And as Ekko, if you cannot match up to this, don't force it. But wait, okay, we know that the Set has no ult now, but his flash will be up soon. He avoids the Ekko W, which again, when they're below 30% HP, you get bonus missing HP damage. Maybe we could have just gone straight onto the Rise. Bot lane. Gaan goed, let's go. That was a question mark, by the way, because I don't think they're very good at all. Okay. It begins. This is what we want. Remember, you have to give up dragons sometimes. Although you can see very clearly here, if you might want to do this as a kill conversion ratio play, you know, get a kill, look for an objective. It's not always possible if your bottom lane helped you there and there's just no vision. Like, if Lee Sin decides to go for this, you have to let him. Which is fine. Again, that's what you have to do with Ekko. Raptors, red, finish our smite. Rises top lane, no ult, no flash. And he goes to ward it. We don't bother doing our Krugs first. We see the Jarvan get to the lane. We see the Rise pushing it. Goes straight. No hesitation. We don't have flash, but we have blue smite should we need it. Although I don't think we will. Autos with the red. Jarvan pokes him, and down he goes. Ward placed by the Set once more. Yasuo went back to base. So again, we got kills. Let's get an objective. You cannot. This is not possible. No mid prio is very, very difficult to play, especially when the support is out roaming also. So please, there you go, he's following. Again, this is a great example, and I'm sorry it's not the sexy like 200,000 kills early, but it's a great example of how to play champions like Ekko, especially when you scale. At least we have Ashe, so you can be useful that way. Level 6 Krugs. Okay, okie dokie. Finish those up, and now you can look to reset if you have enough gold for an item. You could also cut the map. You can look to maybe set up a counter gank. At least this is warded, so you have some kind of tracking mechanism. Jarvan's forced to flash. Or you can simply go down to the bottom side and basically you can see the top side of the map knowing Lee Sin's in the area. There we go. And then you can use it for a dragon. I mean, you could go straight to it. The 200% bonus damage to monsters really is nice and juicy for the dragon. We smite this. We will have another smite up. I do think the hesitation here is okay. Purely because you know where the Lee Sin is and you can get those camps off the map and we can finish off with the dragon. But if you are feeling a little bit more nervous about the state of the game, feel free to do that first and fall back to your blue side. Don't waste an opportunity on your camps. But obviously an objective for an objective. Hang around again, very nice, but you're out of position. W 2.25 second stun it is, or is it 2.5? 2.25 second. Good job, Brain. Herald is going to be used mid lane. Perhaps? Not now, maybe after he resets. Let's have a look. Yeah, he was thinking about it. But with Rakan showing up and there's Bud. Okay, here we go. I don't think you can do that now, Lee Sin. Rakan, very beautiful. That was definitely an overcommitment from the blue team. If you know that the Rakan's in the area, Ekko again rotating. Hopefully you saw that. Immediate rotation. Make sure you smite him just to kill him, send him to his deathbed. The Q slows. Boom. Beautiful. This is a very good Ekko game. You know, this is where Ekko is very tilting for a lot of people because you just make sure you're in the areas where you need to be, and you have the safety of your ultimate. You have that stun, and he cleans up kills so well. And the counter jungling, fade away Q, kill people, counter jungle, kill people, take objectives. Although now you're on the wrong side of the map, so that's very important. We can hold mid lane here. No TP available. If Set walks into this, he's screwed. Uses his E. Champion's strong again, isn't it? I'm very concerned about this. See, he just walks into this. Now, we knew where Lee Sin was approximately. Because he was, you know, he died mid lane. But at this point, enough time has passed that he might have considered doing this into this. Or sort of trying to do this. You see the Rise is already pre-chunked Jarvan. He's going to go and kill him. So when you walk into these bushes, once yeah, the Raptors are missing. He could have easily just walked into a face check bush. So be mindful of these things as well. Respect vision. Nice W. Lee Sin's going to be rotating up. We will have the safeguard 100%. I like the animation on the walk there. That's very interesting. He stunned him and then he sort of did a backpedal moon dance to get out of it. It's a good skin. Finish your Raptors. Sorry, Krugs. What are those? Again, though, relax. No stress. Ekko is the jungler of no stress, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm talking this through simply, in a soothing voice, hopefully. I'm trying my best. Lee Sin, still top lane, obviously. Jarvan TPs into the ult, gets a double EQ knock-up. Ryze is forced to flash out. Ekko rotates once more, hits a W, basically guarantees the death note of the Lee Sin, finishes off the Smurf, and all of a sudden, we're 4-1-3, with Sork Boots, and 1700 in change. I enjoy it. You could stay here. Yeah. Thank you. We could stay here to finish this, because now what we can do is we can reset mid lane, top lane and jungle, Badoof, and shadow this, and look for the next dragon play. Because you don't Jarvan to be stuck top lane trying to clear that. We've secured that now, 5 plates. Go back to base. There's about 1 minute left. We didn't get the Herald, unfortunately, but I hate that so much. I hate it so much. I hate it when enemy laners, especially mid laners, take my Raptors, take my red buff, take my stuff. Although, you know what the nice thing is? Instead of getting tilted by it, just basically say, well, now there's even less reason for me to go top side. I'm just going to go bottom side with my Jarvan. Well, Jarvan's just going to go straight up here. He could look to gank this, or he could go look to collapse on this. Depends on where the Lee Sin is. Although I would assume bottom side. Looking to do something. There we go, see? I love it when things work out. I have not seen this game. I just looked at the KDAs and the gold graphs to see if there's something interesting. Okay, so he's doing what he does best. The Bard ult misses nicely, fortunately. Hey, Umbrella jungling. Just skirt the edges of your jungle. Don't walk through the mid lane rivers unless you have wards and control. And look for those counter ganks. And the Ekko's done a beautiful job of that. You know, this is the blue team's baiting. Makes it look like they're trying to force something, although the Lee Sin probably goes topside and rotates topside here, or stays bottom lane. You actually don't know for sure. You don't have any visual confirmation, which is why he's kind of biding his time, watching the body language, because we have no vision of this area. And Jarvan's pushing very heavily. The flash is used, so we kill the Rise. Set's going to show top lane. This is perfect. Again, we're shadowing. There's nothing else for us to be doing. There's a dragon spawning. There's no camps on the bottom side. We're not going to reset and go top side. Let's just push this out. Having that patience when you're uncertain where the enemy jungler is very important. Get the shield if you need it. Can go for the dive if he had no Arcane Shift. But he has Arcane Shift, Flash, Heal. Do not greed, please. Do not greed. We have the Sheen as well, so he's going to be hitting very nicely. There's Lee Sin, so he did go top side. And he's down a level. I mean, the Ekko prioritized farm, but also rotated and ganked appropriately. And now, created prior with a gank on the bottom side. Free objective. Does anyone else feel, in a very non-biased sense, that one, Lee Sin is very strong, but I don't have an issue with him. But this item is a little bit diseased. Right? I don't like how often it's up. I think it should be 30 seconds. I do not think you should be able to use that every 15 seconds. I don't. And especially considering it's affected by haste. I think it's up way too often, and people are surviving 1 HP and running away too often. I mean, that's just been my experience recently. People are living when they should die. And that was just weird to watch. And I don't like that. But again, look at this. Beautiful. No control, no mid laner, basically. Someone's over-committing. Kill. Someone's fighting and ganking. Rotate. Kill. Oh, I see this. Rotate. Kill. It's a nice and measured gameplay. And again, match histories are always linked in the description below. So you can see that I wasn't lying to you. That he has 70% KP, that he does the most damage, that he has the highest KP, obviously, and the highest damage. But he really is the carry of this game. And it doesn't always look that way in the KDA sense during the course of the game. But come the end, you're like, wow, that was a really unassuming carry performance. And I love those. Because it means you're in control. I feel like the Ekko is just in complete control here. The Lee Sin got one Herald early, but he really didn't do much else other than camping the Yasuo. And if you're going to camp a lane, you have to be able to use that lead appropriately. Q hits over the wolf and rapid pit, so we know where the Lee Sin is. But Jarvan, because we elevated the game state by taking his tower earlier, is able to pressure, kill the Rise now, and then collapse down for a 4-man mid. Goon squad secure. Measured, I told you. Okay, so Bard hits this. He's going to go for the double Q. He ends up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Rakan Yasuo combo is actually broken. We use a Quota Belt, kill the Bard. We do have ult available. Don't really seal the particles. Don't really seal the particles in replays at the moment. Ryze goes through with his ult, so we use our ult to reposition. Lee Sin ward hops, tries to hit a Q. Ekko flashes it. Great respect flash. Seth's chasing the rest of his team. And that's why people don't like Ekko. But at the same time, mind games. Oh no. Careful, because we know everyone's in this area. They're taking your wolves. You can't afford to do it. Be disciplined. Be disciplined. It's strong. The clear speed, something we didn't talk about. TB again from the Jarvan. The thing we didn't talk about a lot is the increased clear speed. And a lot of this ultimately, full drink up, is made possible purely because he's able to clear faster, which means he's able to get on the map faster and do things faster. But at the same time, when you play like this, being able to rinse your camp safely while your lanes are losing, and to do so efficiently and quickly during those down moments, that's why those buffs are so great. Yeah, I'm just watching the two games here. I mean, the Rakan deserves his credit, but he's only got 6 assists, you know? The Ekko 7-1-4. The Rakan is making plays. That was a really nice E. And ult to go over. Give Rakan help. There we go. I mean, this is just a weird swap of gold lead. Now we're up 2,000. Go back to base. Okay, so that we have our Lich Bane. And we've got 10 stacks plus another M-Tome. I think that's absolutely fine. Next objective on the map. For us, the main concern will be the Dragon 100%. Lee Sin shows bottom lane, so you could look to go and be a little cheeky here, but because the Dragon is spawning, you don't want that. But if every if every objective is down, and people are, you know, chasing at the bottom side, feel free to take this stuff and then push waves out, you know. Your jungle is there as a safety measure, basically. You don't want to be farming your jungle if you could be doing something else to push your team further to the Nexus. Something Agurin is really good for. Good at, rather. He's good for it, too. Waiting for the Dragon setup, you know they'll be desperate. We know it. I know it. We've got Rockabot, Lich Bane, and essentially 0-1-2 Ashe, 0-0-7 Rakan played well. Yasuo did very well not to rage quit like they would do on NA or EU West. And Jarvan, actually, despite losing a little bit early, had great rotations, but again, made possible by the jungler. That's why people say jungle difference. It's usually wrong when they say it because they have no idea how to count to 3, but the Ekko made the plays. Okay, so that's Ryze disappearing. Where did he go to? Yeah, okay. Decent range there, Faker. But that does give us once more, prior on the Drake, the Baron is available. So you see them pinging it, and this is a play I kind of like. If you're blue team, just making that ballsy call, you know they're going for third Dragon, you know that will bottom side attacking the Ryze. If you have the team come forward, you sneak this away. Little Baron snack at 20 minutes. It's a really equal game overall. But the Ekko's fed. I mean, we're gonna see this now. Here we go. We take that. Thank you very much. He's 2 levels up on the Lee Sin. Okay. So obviously just shorter game. I just wanted to showcase the overall power of Ekko, and I'm really glad it wasn't. Like a. Okay, Bard was zoning. I'm really glad it wasn't a super turbo stomp. I kind of like these measured carry games as well. Ashe even misses that arrow. But look at the damage. Look at the damage. The Rakan with the Yasuo is doing a great job, but they cannot win the team fight. Ekko is basically a guaranteed stun, a guaranteed kill. And if you sync up the Rakan and the W, there you go. I think it would be really great to actually see them finish this game. But I think we can all agree that they were never going to win. And it's because of the power of the Ekko. So, bit of an unassuming game, a shorter game with a really long one with the Nidalee. If you're interested in sort of close-out macro, the Nidalee video I just released really is for every kind of jungle. I talk a lot about mid-game macro, mid-game power things, as well as late-game decision-making, variance, not variance, split pushing, inhibs. That video basically I'm going to link as a go-to for the games like this where people surrender, because I just cannot control that. But hopefully you can see, Ekko can clear fast enough. He can still play exactly the same way. Remember, if you get fed, the game's over. But if you don't get fed and you have a mid laner being ganked a lot and your bottom lane is just doing nothing and you don't really feel like you're in control, the 200% buff allowed this game to happen because he was able to clear fast and get leveled leads just through experience sequencing. And as long as you rotate to your mid lanes, to your ganks, to your counter ganks, and to your fights, you should have absolutely no problem carrying. Yeah, that about wraps it up. Best Junglers tier list is on the main channel. Just went live a short while ago. Tomorrow, there will be a ganking video. Might even include that early gank for power thing on the main channel as well. And a second video on this channel. Stay tuned for all of that. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate all the support. Please do like, share, and comment if you did enjoy and learn something. And as always, I will see you all in the next tutorial. Felt like I didn't breathe that whole video.